Here's one of the protocols that we use at Dark Horse Strength and Performance with all of our grapplers and our other combat sport athletes in an effort to improve the strength of their foot complex. Combat sports are one of the few sports where you're unshod for the duration of both your training and your sporting event. And it's imperative to use your time in the gym and your strength and conditioning to improve the strength of this foot complex, because that can pay massive dividends on the mat. We're going to run through a protocol that we use, a number of strategies that are involved in that, and we'll go and take a look at the first one now. Okay, so we're going to use the single leg shot here as an example of one of the places that we're going to see this active foot heel elevated position in grappling. We're going to see it in many other places as well. This is just one example. So if I go to shoot on Ronan here, I'm going to step in, shot, and now as I go to drive up on this, I'm going to drive up like this. I'm particularly interested in this foot angle, not my ability to shoot a takedown. That's not what's on regard here. We're particularly interested in this position. A lot of movements and actions that I'm in, if I go to try and drive into him, I'm going to be up on this. We're rarely going to be heel on the ground when we're active in combat sports. So I'm going to get him to get into a lunge position for me there. And we're going to take a look at elevating the heel in that lunge position. I'm going to get him to bring that foot a little bit closer to the front foot. This is going to bias his weight forward a little bit more. And I'm going to get him to go to a handful of reps for me there. This is a really nice exercise because it's going to keep the majority of the load in the front leg. It's going to let us drive our big toe into the ground, squeeze our glute. That's going to really help to drive the hip extension on this exercise. But this is going to be a really nice way to introduce this foot position, and then obviously he's going to be able to swap and do that on both sides as well. If you have a bit of a weakness in the foot, or this is an area that needs work for you, you will really just highlight it by putting your body weight through it. We're going to look at exercises later in the video about how we can load this a lot more and get multiples of your body weight through it. But for now, just doing it in a body weight position is going to be really helpful. Okay, so there we took a look at that heel elevated position. We took a look at where it's going to show up in combat sports. The shot is just one example. It's a very easy example to draw on, a very easy example to demonstrate and show because it's quite a big movement. But truthfully, this is going to show up in many different areas of the sport, and that's why it's an invaluable thing to try and improve. So one of the exercises that we're going to take a look at now is going to be the calf raise. So in the straight leg calf raise here, the reason that we're doing this is we're trying to improve dorsiflexion at the ankle, and a loaded calf raise is an excellent way to do this. We can add load to this in a number of ways. We can hold load in our hand, we can add a weight vest, we can do a number of different things. Alongside this, we can take a look at the bent leg variation of the calf raise. Both the standing and the bent leg variation of the standing calf raise are just going to elicit slightly different loads at our knee. It's going to load the structures in a slightly different way, and it's going to give us an opportunity to give a slightly different stimulus to our tissue. Now, those two exercises are great, and they allow us a really nice way to get more dorsiflexion at the ankle and help to improve our depth into that position. But there's one movement that we can take and we can load quite a lot, and we can still involve that elevated heel position. Involving that elevated heel position and driving a lot of load through the structure is really what we're after, because that's going to give us the best opportunity to elicit adaptation out of that exercise. So we're going to take a look now at the hand supported split squat. Okay, so we're going to take a look at the hand supported split squat here. This is an excellent movement for where we're taking that elevated heel position and we want to drive a lot more load through this. The hand supported position affords us a lot of stability, and it means that we can get a lot of load through this exercise once we become comfortable and proficient with it. Some of our athletes here squat 2.3 times their body weight on this, and getting that sort of load as a multiple of your body weight over a single leg for reps, for isometrics, anything like that, that's a fantastic vehicle for adaptation. It's an opportunity to get a lot of load in a place that we wouldn't normally get a lot of load. Usually we would have to look at bilateral squats for this. The advantage is that we're getting both the unilateral benefits of squatting all this load over one leg, and we're demonstrating that strength through the elevated heel position, which is just going to be ideal. So that's excellent from Ronan. I'm going to get into D-rack that there, and we'll leave it there. Nice. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this, if you got anything out of this and you'd like to see more, like, comment, subscribe, do the usual YouTube thing. It'll help us get more videos out to you. Thanks so much for watching.